Hey, Randall. Good
Good
to
morning,
see you
Graham.
again. It's been a while since we were on the road together.
Yes, we need to, I think, do it more often, but they may not have let us here for the last couple of years. But
Yeah, things have been difficult, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you again in Sedona very, very soon. Um, Tell me a bit about the weekend that you're putting on there, which I'm going to be part of on the Sunday.
well, I think we're, the key, the challenge will be to integrate some diverse topics into an overall theme. So I think that you and I are going to be mostly discussing the Younger Dryas and the events that may have had or would definitely have had on the evolution of mankind civilization.
I think of it as a black hole in human history.
A black hole is perfect. I always sort of describe it as the veil that separates modern history from deep history, but it's the same idea.
And isn't it extraordinary how, in geological terms, how recently the Younger Dryas was? I mean, we generally say 12,800 to 11,600 years ago. And yet it's largely ignored by historians and archaeologists, this huge event, which literally changed the world.
Literally changed the world, yes, on multiple levels. And it certainly would have affected human life. It would have affected animal life. It was, in every respect, the climate, the extraordinary climate changes that occurred. It really was a perfect storm of events that were all concentrated into a short few millennia. And by bringing this to a wider audience and bringing this to a greater awareness, I think is part of what we would be trying to do on Sunday. I mean, you certainly are going to realize that if you go back even a decade or two ago, Younger Dryas was what's that? Now,
exactly. Nobody paid any attention to it, but now it is beginning to get prominence, and that's largely because of you and I guess, and others have just been constantly beating on the doors of academe and trying to get them to pay attention to this momentous event.
We'd probably have to throw George Howard into the mix.
We do indeed have to throw George Howard, and we're very fortunate to be joined by Alan West as well, who's one of the top scientists.
Yeah, he has definitely been a leader of this major shift in our thinking, no question. So that's exciting to me that he's agreed to join us.
It's an excellent meeting of minds. I do find Alan West's perspective incredibly helpful. He's such a careful and detailed scientist, and he just makes sure he always gets his facts right. And they've had to put up with such a lot of opposition from other scientists, but just gradually, year by year, with publishing new papers and bringing out new evidence, they've begun to wear this opposition down.
Well, it's sort of remindful of another story that happened, back in the 1920s to the 1950s. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I think you're talking about J. Harlan Bretz, yeah.
And the doggedness with which he had to just stick to his guns and wear down his opposition.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing the fantastic scientists at the Comet Research Group doing now. And we, addressing a more general audience, are doing the best we can to draw the importance of their work to the attention of a wide public. And I think that's I'm glad that we're devoting the day of Sunday to that. And I think I think with Alan and with George Howard and with yourself and with me putting in different perspectives on this, it's going to be a very informative day.